Welcome to Comparative World Religions Online here at Labette Community College. My name is Doug Baty. I'll be your instructor through this semester. I've been teaching Comparative World Religions for 10 years at LCC. This is the first time I've done it for the full semester online. So I'm trying to create videos, so please be patient and bear in mind what's going on. I've got a pointer here, and we're looking at 10 different religions in these symbols. So we'll be learning those through the year, and I want you to pay attention. I want you to be able to draw each of these symbols later in the year. Michael Malloy, the 7th edition of Experiencing the World's Religions. This is the textbook we're using. I'm asking you to read from, make some notes from, look up information, and fill out some worksheets from this textbook. Assignments that I'm asking you to look up, most of the information is here. Some of the information will be on the videos I am preparing and doing, and some information you may have to look up online. Here I am. I just want to show you a couple pictures of myself. This is me, Doug Baty. I'm at the tomb of Agamemnon in Greece. If you remember when Helen was taken to Troy by Paris, Agamemnon commanded the Greek armed forces to go get her. And that brought on the ensuing Trojan War. But this is apparently his tomb in Mycenaean Greece. This down here is apparently a mask of his. It's popularly known as the Mask of Agamemnon. This other picture to the right is from a year ago. I'm at the Mount of Olives in Jerusalem of Israel. This is the Kidron Valley across it, and about a half a mile, not quite, but this is the Dome of the Rock. That's a mosque for Islam there. The most prominent visual of Israel in Jerusalem. That's the old city. I was there last year, did some hiking across the country in Israel. Here we go. Let's look at I want to share you a little bit more about who I am. This is my family, my daughter. This is my lovely wife, Randy, my son, David, and son, Joshua, and I have 4 granddaughters here. So there you have an idea of who's who. Randy teaches at LCC as a full-time professor in English. I teach here. I work with the community through different things, the Lions Club, the Parsons Paint Project, the Chamber of Commerce, Ministerial Association. That's called the Parsons Ministerial Association. I'm a minister at Westside Christian Church. It's outside of town. If you know where Trotnick's Recycling is, we're across the street on Main Street. My home life I've kind of shared with you a little bit. Let's get on to the class. In the syllabus, one of the first things I'm going to have you do, if you haven't done it already, is take the syllabus quiz. There are a few things here lined up for you to take a look at and recognize. While we're not in class as typically we have one, cell phones aren't an issue. The attendance is only by your participating in assignments, but you do need to take an attendance quiz. It's in the coursework, and you need to take that. I would like for you to have that done here in the next day. Participation will be through the work you do and on the discussion boards. You have to participate. I want you to understand that you need to make a post, and you're not going to be able to see the post unless you make over 75 words in your post. And when you post it, then you'll be able to see what other people have done. Assignments are all done through RedZone. You're not going to be able to turn any through email. I just want email because this to make sure that I'm connecting with you, to make sure I know that you have gotten online and are able to use the email to ask questions and to communicate with me. I will grade your assignments and will give you feedback through email. You need to look at that. You're responsible for everything I send to you email-wise. I will be looking at my email regularly, except for on weekends. I have other duties, so I won't be seeing it there. All of your assignments are due on Monday night. And you'll want to do as many things as you can because it's all based on points. Your grade is. So have at it. The assignments are to be turned in as an MLA8 writing style format. And I don't want any late work. So when we are going through this, you're going to see some other things. I don't want PDFs. I can't read them. I don't do well with them. Or Google Docs, do not use. It's an RTF or a Word doc, please. And then I just want to make sure you do the attendance quiz, get the syllabus quiz out of the way, and then you're ready to do the other things. To get an A in this class, you need to do all major assignments. There are going to be about 7 papers. You're going to do a paper on each religion, not quite, and then a final exam with a final paper. And you have to do all of those on the major papers of the religions in order to get an A in the class. So this is what it should look like for you when you come to RedZone. I'm going to look at it and show some things to you as we go through this video. This is just the particulars of the left side. I'm calling these portals. Okay, this is the same as the previous page. This is the main page. Your roster, you can click there and see all the people. You can find their contacts and email them through this page if you care to, and email me for that matter. This is your assignments, this coursework page. We're going to look at it. There's a discussion board and so on. This is the order in which we're going to go over the religions. And when you come to the discussion board, then this is what it's going to look like. You're not going to see anything. It's going to look blank until you submit something, and it has to be over 75 words. If you don't have 75 words in your post, it's not going to show. You also need to reply to 2 other people on these assignments. You're going to have 3 or 4 of these a week. You need to do one early. You have to do your post by Thursday night. Now this week is a little bit different, just kind of getting everyone in order. Starting next week, we will have your first post due by Thursday night, and your reply to everyone's post will be due on Monday night. So just be prepared for that. There's some questions here, and they're geared here to make you think and reply to one another and see what's going on in everyone's mind about these things in religion. Okay, so when you turn things in, this is the ML8 guideline paper that I've created for you. I want you to notice that all of these things, all lines are double spaced. There's no extra little weird space, no double or single space anywhere on this paper. Your last name here, if it's Smith, you need to put Smith 1. Even as just 1-page paper, you need to have your last name up here. This is the correct form. In order to do that, you need to go up here to the Insert menu and click on that. It'll open up. You want to insert page number. Click on that. Make sure it's the page number for up here, not in the center, not on the left, and not on the bottom anywhere. When your page number then shows up, then type your last name in front of it so that I can tell whose paper I'm getting. When you save your files, I would appreciate it you use consistently either your first or your last name in saving a file and along with what's going on, because it zips them all to one big file, and there, as you can see, 19 in the class. So I would like for you to put your first or last name, whichever is most comfortable for you, and save your files as you do it. We have one here called a practice paper. I will look at it as soon as I can and return it to you and tell you what's wrong or if it's right. Then I would suggest using that particular file all the time, just renaming it, and so that you know that the body of that file that you're sending in is all correct for MLA8. I would like to point out a couple things. I would think everyone would know this, but first of all, there's an indentation for every new paragraph. Notice that. There's double space. This isn't an extra space here. This is just all double space throughout. Your first and last name, Professor Baty here. The name of the class for this one, it is Comparative World Religions. Then your date that you're turning this paper in. You can look on the portals in RedZone, and this paper will show up under the MLA8 guidelines. If you'd like to look at that and get more information, or if you have questions about it, I'll be sure to point them out to you if they're wrong. So the point value for the ML8 feature is 20% of your grade. So if you keep messing up on that, then your content will bring you down to a B very quickly, just because you're not getting the MLA8 correct. All right, well, I'm not going to say much more. That's just a quick introduction. What's important, if you have any other questions, email me. I'm going to go through these religions real quick on this particular page, and we're going to go in this order, starting with Judaism. That's the Star of David. Then we're going to go to Christianity, then Islam, and after that we're going to look at Hinduism. That's what this symbol is about. Then Buddhism is often in a wheel, looks like maybe something off of a ship. Taoism, you may have seen the yin-yang symbol before. This is the idea of Taoism. Confucianism isn't on this one, but it's here. It's kind of the flow of water. Confucianism, this is the symbol that they use for it nonetheless. Then we have Jainism down here. There's several pieces of this that may be used, or a single piece. You'll see the swastika in Jainism, you'll see it in Buddhism, and you'll see it in Hinduism. If that's something you've noticed in this picture, Jainism really does use it a lot. Sikhism is this symbol here. It's 3 swords, 1 in the center and 2 on the outside, and then a circle that stands for the globe. And then the lastly is this red one. It's the gate, the Shinto gate. It's called the Torii gate. And here's where most all of the religions started, right here, all in the world, with the exception of the Torii gate would be right up here. But this is the place. This is the Middle East. That's Africa, and then Asia. And right here is where all these religions start. So let's get started.